Hi everyone, welcome to Homerino Collectibles, and today I will be doing an unboxing of Batman Arkham Knight, the limited edition for PlayStation 4. I pre-ordered this from Amazon.co.uk, it was £80 or $79.99, and I definitely think that it is well worth everything that you get inside. Although it did come like a week or a week and a half late, and they said it was due to something to do with the packaging. Now, I don't really know how that could concern the actual games packaging, so it must have been the boxes that they used to ship stuff would have been damaged or something, so they had to check and make sure that all this stuff was okay. That's the only thing that I can think of, really, because all the packages are fine, obviously, and you know, if they were to try and, you know, fix the packaging for all of them, it would have took a lot longer than like a week and a half or whatnot. But it wasn't just Amazon. I think it was Amazon and maybe GameStop and maybe a few other places as well. I don't know if everywhere had the same delay that Amazon had, but they all had that kind of packaging issue, whatever it was. But it got to me and it's in good condition, so I don't really care whatever it was. Obviously, it would have been nice to have it on release or even the day before like you normally do with, you know, pre-ordered games and whatnot. But nonetheless, it was a good early birthday present. This came to me on the 3rd of July and my birthday was the 4th of July. So, you know, it still had good timing when it arrived, so it's perfectly fine for me. So as for the packaging, here we have the outer sleeve, which as you can see says limited edition Batman Arkham Knight, and then we have the exclusive content Scarecrow Nightmare Mission Pack mentioned there. That is actually a timed exclusive, however, so yes, it's only available on PS4 right now, but it will actually be available for PC and for Xbox at a later date, and I'll get a bit more onto that. So on the sides it just says "Be the Batman," and that is on both sides, and on the back here it actually shows everything that we get inside. So it says we get the art book, 12-inch statue, new 52 skins pack, which that actually is not just limited to this. That you actually get by going onto the PlayStation Store, and it's a free download. So even if you get the normal version of the game, you will actually get the new 52 skins pack, which gives you the new 52 skin for Batman, Nightwing, and Robin. And if that was a spoiler, the fact that Nightwing and Robin are in it, then you obviously haven't seen any of the trailers. So yeah, that's really your own fault. Harley Quinn story pack, we get the Scarecrow Nightmare missions pack, comic book, and steelbook. So there you go, that's all for this outer bit of the packaging. So now I'll show you the actual box. And then here is the actual box itself, which has the Bat logo, and then it has 2015, from a grateful city in memory of Gotham Knight. So firstly, let's get the paperwork out the way. Quite literally, here we have Batman Arkham Knight number 0. So it actually says in the back here that as of February 2015, it would be a digital series that came out weekly based on the game. So I'm guessing that this is number 0 of that comic run. I don't know how much it went to, but here's just a quick little run through the comic. I think it basically just happened right before the game. It's not too long, but you know, it's a decent comic in its own right, and the cover looks really cool. And then here we have the art book. I'm not going to show you everything that's in here, but I'm just going to show you a few things, because some things might be a spoiler to you, just like how some people look in the game, some of the characters. If you want to read this read up, it's just a read up from Rocksteady. You can go ahead and pause that now. But I'm just going to show you, because there's some just looks at the city itself. So, you know, you got Arkham City there and environments. Let's pick somewhere. There you go. So there's the city, and then the city under fear gas. Just a quick little look. I'm not going to get too much into what's in the back, because you've got character bios and stuff. Let's just see. Penguin, there you go. He's in the trailer. So that's not really a spoiler. Plus he looks like he does in the other games anyway, and it's quite a boring look, to be fair. I don't really like the Penguin as a bad guy, but there's Penguin, and there's some Penguin thugs, and it does the same for the others, you know, so Two-Face and Riddler and whatnot, and other characters that are in the game, which I'm not going to say, because, you know, if you don't know anything about the game, I don't want to tell you who's in it. So yeah, that is a look at the art book. If I just take this paper cover off, like so, that's what the art book looked like without that cover. I really do like this. This is really cool. And then on the back we have the quote from the start of the game. This is how it happened. This is how the Batman died. So yeah, really cool art book and comic. And then here we have the statue, and it is a very nice statue. I will be comparing it in a second to the Arkham Origins one. I know it's a different company and whatnot, but still same franchise, and I do think that the Origins one had a bit more of a kind of collector's feel around it. It just felt a bit more, I don't know, just quality-wise a bit more well done. However, this does offer a feature that that one does not have. So it's a 12-inch tall statue, so you know, you get a good amount of plastic for your money. And as you can see down here, we have the nice plaque on the front, which I think should really have been done in a different colour, because here we have basically grey and black, and that's it. The cape has some nice detail on there, how the black is like kind of airbrushed on in some places. If I just bring it in a little bit closer here, we'll be able to see that the buildings, whilst at afar they look pretty cool, close up you can see that bits are slanted and whatnot. On the side here you can see a little bit of glue there and stuff. It just doesn't have that super nice feel that it really should have. You can tell it's been kind of rushed, kind of mass produced, and the Batmobile version, which basically was you get everything except this statue, but you get a basically figurine of the Batmobile instead. That was cancelled like a week before the release of the game, and that was due to poor quality. And if it's anything, and if this is anything to go by, then I can see why they may have cancelled that. I mean, that close to release, they should have really noticed that a little bit earlier. But still, you know, it doesn't really have a, you know, collector's kind of appeal of quality around it. It doesn't really look all that great. The base does have good weight to it, though. I really do like that. And the actual Batman statue itself is absolutely fantastic. You know, it doesn't reflect the city at all. It really is amazingly well done. But just that city skyline isn't really all that great. But yeah, Batman himself is absolutely fantastic. And a comparison to the 7-inch figure from DC Collectibles, it's actually only a little bit bigger. So this would actually be about an 8-inch scale Batman. It's quite close in scale, but it's a lot more detailed. It's very nice indeed. The ear at the top is slightly bent just from how it was packaged. As you can see, this ear on your left, but the figure's right, is just slightly bent over. That's nothing to worry about, really. But one cool thing about this is, I'm guessing this is for cleaning anyway. Obviously, if you were going to dust and whatnot, trying to dust in between all of those buildings would be hard if you couldn't get to them as it is. So what you can do is you can just pull Batman straight out. He's just in there with 2 pegs. You could obviously put him in anything else that you wish, or you could obviously maybe cut those off. He does actually have sculpting in the bottom of his shoes, which is cool, so you are meant to take it off. I don't know if the pegs are literally just like glued in or something, but you could probably just cut them off, and then you can have this separate Batman statue if you wish, and then you just peg him back in, and there he is. So as a bit of a comparison to the Origins one here, as you can see, it is a little bit taller, but I do feel that this Origins statue, not just because of all the colours and whatnot, but I think that overall the detail and everything in it, and just every little thing about it, does have a bit more of a kind of collector's edition feel around it. Whereas this, you know, as it is, it doesn't really have that, but it does feel collector's edition kind of quality when you use the additional feature. And for that feature, I'm going to have to turn the lights off, but before I do, I'm going to show you how this works. So we take off this building right here, which is held in with a magnet. As you can see, it's very easy to put back on. And there's a switch here. When you turn the switch on, you can see that it actually lights up. If I bring it up like this, you can see all of the lights in there. And with the light on, as you can see, it doesn't really do a lot to the statue. Now it looks a lot cooler. Now, unfortunately, the light doesn't go up. I mean, here where you see the light kind of end is actually his waist. It doesn't really light up his chest and his head very much at all. It's not completely pitch dark in this room right now. The light is still shining through the curtains. Not that you'd really pick that up too much on camera anyway. But, you know, there's a lot of light, but it's kind of you know, it's stopped too much from the buildings and whatnot, so it looks really, really cool on a shelf. On camera, for you, unfortunately, you're not really seeing a lot of it. But what I would really love is if when you turn the light on, his eyes lit up as well, because then that would help really, you know, make the face shine and everything as well, because it doesn't really light it up as much as I would hope. The paint, the black on all the seams and whatnot on the cape looks fantastic. You know, the quality of the city isn't all that great, but it's better than nothing, and it's a good idea. But yeah, I think that it could have been executed better. So, you know, with the fact that you do get that lights up feature, I really do appreciate that, and the awesome Batman and everything. So I think that really I'm kind of, you know, equal between the two statues with this and the Origins one. But if this didn't have the light up feature, then I would definitely say that the Origins one is 10 times better. But because they have actually given us a different kind of display piece here, I really do like it about the same. But like I said, I would have liked a couple of changes with it to make it really perfect, whereas that Origins one is just absolutely amazing. And then finally, what we've all been waiting for, the actual game. So here we have the Arkham Knight Steelbook on the right, and here we have the Origins Steelbook on the left. I thought I'd just give you a quick little comparison, considering I did a comparison with the statues, and this one, you know, obviously came with a Steelbook, so that's how they look together. The Steelbook on this one, I like the general design more, because this is actually, you know, more 3D. It's printed out a little bit, whereas this one is obviously completely flat. And, you know, that one carries around onto the back very nice, just like this one. So the Batmobile carries on there around to the back. What I like a lot more about this one is that it actually has the name of the game on the spine. This kind of annoys me sitting on the shelf, because although I know what it is, I really would love to have the name of it on there. So to compare DLC, this one came with the Nightfall skin pack, so you get that costume right there. You got the Deathstroke Challenge Pack. We also had the first appearance Batman skin, and then that was it for this game. And then we have the Arkham Knight DLC. So like I said, the New 52 skin pack, that is just a free download, so you get that whatever edition of the game you have. The first appearance Batman skin, I got that from pre-ordering it from Amazon.co.uk. There is actually a Red Hood pack, which you can get from pre-ordering it from GameStop. Harley Quinn story pack, that is from just literally pre-ordering the game. It's not just the limited edition, that's any edition of the game that can come with. And then we have the Scarecrow missions, which actually on the back of this also has a code for the prototype Batmobile skin. So there are actually skins for the Batmobile in this game. So that is everything that you get from the Arkham Knight limited edition for PlayStation 4. So like I said, some of the DLC is limited only to PlayStation at the moment, but they are only timed, so eventually they will be available to everyone. And I think that'll be the same for some of the pre-order stuff as well, like, you know, the Harley Quinn pack and the Red Hood thing and stuff. I'm pretty sure that eventually they will be sold separately, because people will want to buy them that couldn't get the limited editions, especially as the Red Hood one is literally only for one store. And I think that's also Game in the UK, if you're wondering. So pretty much one store wherever you're from will have had that edition. So overall, it's absolutely fantastic. I think that it's the best limited edition from this trilogy, like DLC wise and whatnot, just because there's going to be more DLC for this game than any previous one, obviously. But statue-wise, I actually think that it is the worst so far from the trilogy and from the Origins one as well. I think that they all blow them out of the water. For Asylum, we got the Batarang. For City, there was a cool, like, crouched Batman. And then for Origins, obviously, we have Batman holding Joker over the edge of a building, which I think that the quality of them are all better than this. But with the light-up feature and whatnot, you can see that they've tried to hit a different aspect there, and it does look really cool. I just wish that the upper portion of the statue lit up a little bit better. So at the moment, this is actually still available on Amazon.co.uk. It's actually £90 at the moment, and obviously they only have a certain amount. but it means that they didn't sell all of their pre-orders, so you can still go ahead and get it. Now the DLC and stuff, the codes for those don't run out until 2024, so as long as you can get one at some point, within the next 9 years, you'll still be able to use the DLC, so don't worry about that. But I would recommend that if you want one, that you get one now, because the price is only going to go up and up the less there are to be sold. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like. Let me know what you think about this collector's edition, and does it beat previous ones or not. Let me know what you think of the game if you've played it already. I already have been playing it for a couple of days now, and it's just absolutely fantastic. I definitely think it is the best in the series. And if you want to check out the review for the Batman figure that I showed in this video, and also, the Origins unboxing too, if you want to check that out, I'll put the links in the description below. And if you want to see pictures from anything else from my collection and things that I've got coming up for future reviews, you can go ahead and check out my Instagram and Twitter. It's Homerino123 for both, and links will be in the description below as well. So for more unboxings and things Batman related, figures and so on, go ahead and subscribe. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.